Right, we're looking still at Ondo Decides 2024. And one of the key issues that was being raised was vote trading, vote buying, whichever you so prefer. And now let's take a look at this video, a very popular video that made the rounds on social media of someone who, sold their vote. Let's take a look.
Good morning. Good morning. What's happening here?
There's no problem, sir.
But there is problem. I can see. What's happening?
There's no problem, sir. There's no problem, sir.
What's in your hand?
It's mine. It's not,
Talk to me. Bro, I'm a man. Talk to me.
There's no problem, sir. There's no problem.
But there's a problem.
There's no problem, sir.
What's the list here? Bro, what's the list here?
We are not fighting. We are not doing anything. We are not doing anything. We are not fighting. We are not doing anything. We are not fighting. We are not fighting.
No.
We are not fighting.
I know we are not fighting. I know we are not fighting. Man, calm down. I know we are not fighting. But at the same time, I'm not a baby, and I know what is happening here. You know what is happening here. You are a youth. I'm a youth. I know what is happening here. You also know what is happening here. You understand? So now you telling me that nothing is happening here. It's as if you are trying to fool me, which I know. No. You are buying votes here.
No.
You are buying. No. Bring the list. Bring that. Let me have that list. Let me have that list. Let me have that list. I'm on record.
We are not fighting.
We are not fighting.
I am addressing
you. I'm also addressing you. You are buying votes here.
No, we are not.
And I know.
We are not buying.
And I know you are buying votes here. You are buying votes here. You are buying votes here. See. You are buying votes.
We are not buying.
You are buying votes here.
We are not buying.
You are buying votes. Don't tell me that. Bring the money.
Let me address you.
See, the list is with you, and I know your face is already on camera. I can say it anywhere. Your face is already on camera, and you people will not go. You better leave here. You see now. You. Ensalo. Even though all of as in anything.
Well, I mean, that was from Ondo State over the weekend, and we got to see that amongst, a few other, videos that occurred during the electoral process, a couple of people who were sent as agents to buy votes, and of course, those who sold their votes as well. There was also, a video from the elections showing members of the DSS arresting a particular individual who had, or allegedly had, bags of money in his vehicle, which of course was meant to be used, or allegedly meant to be used to buy votes. But joins us this morning is the Socio-Political Technocrat and Ondo election observer, Dayo Kayode. Good morning and thanks for joining us.
Yes, it's my pleasure being with you this morning. How are you?
Great to have you. All right, so let's get your, general overview of the elections. The fears where, of course, that INEC would not be able to pull through with, carrying out a free, fair, and in particular credible election in Ondo State. Many people have given them a pass mark, but do you agree with that?
Yes, it depends on the angle that the individuals have been looking at it. And going back to what happened in 2023 general elections, we know that INEC, as of today, has not changed from what it used to be, especially in terms of following the guidelines and recommended practices. We also saw what happened even at Edo elections. So we were not expecting something different from that of Ondo State. Look at the issue of vote buying that you just showed some of the clips now. for goodness sake, to what extent has INEC been trying to curb this? It is becoming an hydra-headed problem in this country. And not until when some are being apprehended and then given the necessary punitive measures, then there is no way we can stop it. And who are the people that are supposed to ensure this? INEC, as well as the security operatives. Now, those people that were caught by the security operatives, even with bags of money inside the bar, inside the vehicle, what is going to happen to such people? Those that were caught on camera, what is it that is going to happen to them? These are issues that we need to look at so that our elections can be adjudged to be fair and credible.
Okay, is it not a shame that we're currently at a place where it seems that we're not able to carry out an election that the majority of people will consider free and fair? It feels like every election we're having the same conversations over and over again. The state level, at the federal level, and even the by-elections, the same thing happening over and over again. What can we do differently? Is there really any hope? You heard our correspondent when he said that vote buying, unfortunately, may have come to stay. But is there anything really that we can do differently? Because they say that insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result.
Yes. The only thing we can do is to do a total overhaul of the institutions responsible for credible elections. And which institutions am I talking about here? We have the INEC, we have the security operatives, and we also have the judiciary that adjudicates when there are a lot of itches here and there that other political parties might want to take to court. So not until when all these institutions are being overhauled, being allowed to be independent, and then being allowed to act according to the stipulated rules and guidelines. Imagine, how do you expect the judiciary to be free when you see some executive building houses for them, buying cars for them, or even hosting them at a big party? So, what does that portend for our democracy? What does that portend for us to have justice whenever we are within their domain? So all these things need to be looked at holistically. Again, the people themselves must rise up against some of these problems in our nation. INEC said, listen, this coming election, we have gotten new tactics that we are going to use to ensure acceptable, free, fair election in the area of beavers and IREV. And these things were marketed to Nigerians. People like me joined INEC 2022 to 2023 in marketing this to the people. But alas, what happened? Glitch. Another thing now added to our dictionary. Electoral glitch. Okay, when there is a glitch, what are you supposed to do? You stop the game. For instance, in a lawn tennis match, when you are playing on the court and there is rain, fall of rain during a match is being regarded as a glitch. All you need to do is to stop the match. After the rain, the rules is if it's a hard court, you clean the water off the hard court before play commences. But what did we see during the last election? There was a glitch. So, okay, let us go, let us resolve the glitches and that. But did you resolve the glitch? No. Look at what happened in Edo election. To the extent that even the INEC chairman came out to apologize to Nigerians. Was that apology enough? Or for you to go back and review what has happened and then let people know that their vote will count. Look at the kind of vote apathy we had in Ondo State this last election. How many people collected voters card? Over 1 million plus. Not less than 1.6 million. How many people voted? Not up to 500, not up to 500,000. Look at that high rate of voter apathy. So the people need to rise up themselves against injustices in all these electoral issues in Nigeria.
Yeah. As much as they do, they also need to not, partake in, the same injustice, and breaking of the electoral laws. It is same Nigerians who were willing to sell their votes. It's the same Nigerians who were given bags of cash.
Yes, definitely. Definitely, they will sell their vote because the government of today has institutionalized poverty as a kind of an instrument against the people. People are now hungry. You know how many unemployment? You know the kind of employment rate we have now? Do you know the inflationary rates? How many people were working pre 2023? How many people are working now? Look at all the mega industries that has left Nigeria. People are hungry. And they know that because people are hungry, they will need something to survive. Look at what this guy said in America, Elon Musk. After the election, he said, listen, for you to have good democracy, reasonable people that are well fed are supposed to be taking decisions. Reasonable people that are well fed are supposed to be taking decisions, because these are people that will take decisions without compromising the ideology that they set out to pursue.
Yeah, but does this mean that we've gotten to the level of hunger and poverty that all morals are thrown out the window? Because yes, I understand the poverty aspect of it, but normally there should be, as a human being, as a citizen, there's certain things that the average Nigerian should be able to say no to, because it is morally wrong. It is a betrayal of your country. It's a betrayal of your electoral process, and we should be able to say as people that this particular thing we would not partake in it. And so, are you saying that we've gotten to that level of poverty that all those morals are thrown out the window because people just need to eat?
Yes. Let me point out two things to you here. In Yoruba, they will say, "Ebiki wonu, koro mi wobe." There is no way stomach will develop, a hungry stomach will develop here. A hungry man will never listen to anything other than to first of all eat, and that's the issue. That's number one. Number two, the educated elite, the so-called sincere political elite, should now stand up to assist the people one way or the other to survive, so that they can be well educated and enlightened to their civic responsibilities, and for them to be able to know the effects on the society when you sell your vote for mere peanuts. So those are the two things that Nigerians should work upon now. No doubt about that. People must be well fed, and people must be educated. If those things are out, for goodness sake, look at all those Western world. That is why they were able to have or institutionalize credible election. Because feeding, accommodation, clothing, they are the least that their citizens can think of. The least. So the moment those things are out of place, you will see people responding accordingly when it comes to election issues in Nigeria.
Well, I mean, it really is a very sad part, a very technical place that we found ourselves, because there are some that would argue that, well, the politicians are stealing the money anyway, so they would rather collect the money and decide to go ahead and vote who they want to vote, because they're dealing with great levels of poverty, and that's not to in any way make excuses. But we have to face what the reality is. People are poor and they need to eat. And like you've mentioned, politicians have weaponized poverty, and they're using poverty as a tool. It's not just poverty, it's religion, it's tribal differences and the likes. So, we've talked about, you said earlier that citizens need to rise up and, demand for better. And I'd like to ask what ways we can encourage citizens to rise up. What are the ways that you would encourage citizen engagement? It said that the office of the citizen is the highest office of the land. So how are the big ways and the small ways that we can institutionalize change in our electoral system?
Yes, you see, there's no doubt about it that so many of us, we are trying as much as possible to do our own thing in a smaller part. All right? But now, those of us that are trying to get people in line towards ideological democracy, all right, should come together and then do a bigger one to encourage Nigerians towards understanding that the 10,000, the 50,000, even 100,000 given to you today to vote for party A or party B cannot sustain you for more than maximum 2 months. Then after the 2 months, where do you go from there? And imagine, those people that have given you that money, they are not for that Christmas. No. They are not from Freetown. And there is nothing free in Freetown. They will definitely get this money back in funds. So what I'm saying in essence is, so many of us needs to come together, join hands together, pool resources and efforts together to ensure that Nigerians are being educated towards ideological democracy, towards their civic rights, duties, and obligations, towards understanding that it is only when you vote credible representatives into political office that can ensure the kind of meaningful living that we are expecting. It is only when we have done that that we can get a meaningful living standard from our political office holders. But when you collect their money, they will tell you, oh boy, I have paid you for your services, so I can do whatever I want to do. You can imagine a president saying, yes, did I not pay you for your jobs that you have done for me? So you stop controlling me. That was when some people went to visit him. I'm not mentioning anybody's name though, but at least we're all privy to that news, that I've paid you for your job, so stop troubling me. So that is exactly what we'll be expecting. But when you purposefully put a leader there, a leader that you know is or are antecedents, a leader that has a past that you can hold on to, a leader that even when you do a kind of a survey or investigation upon such, you know that yes, this is going to be your leader. And you have made him to understand your needs and aspirations, your expectations from him. When he gets there, definitely such a leader will serve you aright.
Yeah, I mean, that's also, dependent on having the institutions of government that are used to checkmate these leaders and, be able to eject them from office if, the people say so. If we don't have those institutions of government, if we don't have a leadership recruitment process people can trust, it's going to be tough. But let's quickly just also talk about, what the job is ahead for Governor Kayode. He has, the next 4 years to lead Ondo State and the people of Ondo State. What are your expectations of him? Many of the southwestern states, are really just very calm places. It's not places that you expect, a certain level of development. They mostly just maintain status quo in those places. Ogun State every now and then tries to tussle a little bit with Lagos State, a little bit with Lagos State for IGR, you know, that it's able to raise. But generally, the southwestern states, there's not so much expectations from their governors. So what do you expect from Governor Kayode?
Yes, you see, even during his campaign, he said that if Ondo State people can vote for him, he will surely pay them the recently signed minimum wage, which to me I see as a kind of not too good an omen for the people of Ondo State. Because now that they have voted for you, if you don't now do that, what's going to be the repercussion? Will they be able to remove you, just like you were saying just now? Are there the institutions there to query you and to give you the necessary punitive measures? No, they are not there. But having said that, we have been seeing a lot of them coming to office with various promises without fulfilling them. I will expect Aiyedatiwa haven't gotten to that place through a lot of storm and all that to ensure that Ondo State people were able to see a big difference between him and all his predecessors. Because despite all the sufferings, despite all the hardships that Ondo State people have been facing recently, they still went out to vote for him. Because according to that election result, he won that election overwhelmingly. No doubt about that. He won it overwhelmingly, according to that result declared by INEC. So he shouldn't disappoint those that had voted for him. He should ensure that he increase the living standard of the people. He should ensure that he makes all the necessary infrastructure that will ensure meaningful living available for the people, so that his name can be written in gold.
Well, there's a lot of work really that lies ahead. There's so many expectations that the citizens in Ondo State have for their governor, and there's a lot of work, and we're hoping that in another year or two there can be a review of his time in office and how much impact he's had. Dayo Kayode, thank you so much for joining us, and we wish you a wonderful rest of the day.
It's my pleasure being with you. I wish you best of the day too.